Don't scroll, because this tiny coin, worth just 10 cents, could secretly be worth millions today. Every coin tells a story, but few whisper through time as gracefully as the 1989 Canadian 10-cent coin, bearing the proud image of Queen Elizabeth II, and on the reverse, a ship that once ruled icy seas, the legendary Blue-Nose schooner. Like, comment, and subscribe if you love historical coins. This small silver coin, barely 18 millimeters in diameter and weighing just 1.75 grams, carries within it not only metal, but a legacy of pride, craftsmanship, and maritime glory that defines the spirit of Canada itself. Let us begin our journey in the year 1989, a year when Canada stood at the crossroads of modernization and tradition. The Royal Canadian Mint, known for its precision and artistry, decided to continue one of its most iconic coin designs, the 10-cent piece featuring the Blue Nose, a design so beloved that it had appeared on the dime since 1937. But the 1989 edition was special. It was minted in the Ottawa Mint under the watchful eyes of the Royal Canadian Mint authorities at a time when Canada was redefining its identity in a changing global economy. The obverse side of the coin, the front, proudly displays the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, facing right, adorned with the royal crown. This portrait was designed by Arnold Machin, a British sculptor whose design had already graced coins across the Commonwealth. His portrayal of the Queen captures dignity, youth, and authority, symbolizing stability in an era of global transformation. Around the Queen's portrait are the Latin words Elizabeth Secu dig Regina, meaning Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. It is a timeless reminder of Canada's monarchy and its constitutional ties with Britain. Now flip the coin. The reverse side unveils a magnificent sailing ship, the Blue-Nose schooner, cutting through the ocean waves, its sails full of Atlantic wind. The ship was designed by Emmanuel Hahn, a German-born Canadian sculptor, and it represents the pride of Nova Scotia's maritime heritage. The Blue Nose wasn't just any ship. Built in 1921, it became a symbol of speed, endurance, and Canadian craftsmanship. For nearly 2 decades, it dominated international sailing races, earning the nickname Queen of the North Atlantic. By placing the Blue Nose on the 10-cent coin, Canada immortalized its spirit of adventure and victory, a message that every citizen could carry in their pocket. Now, why was this coin made in 1989? That year, Canada was preparing for new economic challenges. The world was shifting toward globalization, and coin production was becoming more efficient. The Royal Canadian Mint aimed to modernize its minting technology while keeping national symbols alive. Thus, the 1989 dime continued the proud tradition, made of 100% nickel, with a sharp, polished finish. It wasn't silver anymore like earlier decades, but its symbolic value remained priceless. Interestingly, the 1989 Canadian 10-cent coin is also one of the last dimes before Canada's early 1990s technological transition to more advanced minting methods, making it a historical piece that marks the end of an era. While millions of these dimes were minted for circulation, special uncirculated and proof versions, struck for collectors, are the ones that hold immense value today. In pristine condition, graded MS-68 or higher, these coins can sell for up to $15,000 to $25,000 at international auctions, depending on mint state and luster. Some rare error coins, those with double strikes, off-center minting, or missing design elements, have been sold for as high as $7 million, especially among elite collectors. So yes, that tiny dime sitting in a drawer might just be a hidden fortune. Every coin has a path, from the moment it's minted to the pockets it travels through, to the hands that forget it in drawers or lose it in time. The 1989 Canadian 10-cent coin is no exception. Its journey through history is not just about commerce, but about connection. In early 1989, machines at the Royal Canadian Mint in Ottawa roared to life. Sheets of pure nickel were rolled, cut into perfect circles, and polished until they gleamed like silver stars. Each blank was then struck with tons of pressure, imprinting on one side the elegant face of Queen Elizabeth II and on the other the heroic blue-nosed schooner. Within months, millions of these dimes spread across Canada, into shops, wallets, laundromats, and lunchboxes. From the bustling streets of Toronto to the icy edges of Newfoundland, these tiny coins carried everyday stories: a child buying candy, a bus driver counting change, a sailor tossing a dime for luck before setting sail. No one noticed they were touching history, history disguised as currency. As years passed, newer coins replaced the old. But a few 1989 dimes vanished into drawers, old jars, and forgotten piggy banks. Then came the internet age, and with it, a wave of curiosity. Collectors online began hunting for rare coins, and someone discovered that certain 1989 dimes had unusual errors: double strikes, missing edges, or even faint misprints on the Queen's portrait. Those coins, once worth 10 cents, suddenly fetched thousands of dollars at auctions. The story spread across Canada, the US, and even Asia, and once again, the 1989 dime became a topic of fascination. The coin is small, just 18 millimeters, but it holds 3 centuries of meaning. Think about it. Queen Elizabeth II representing continuity from the 20th century. Blue nose, representing courage and craftsmanship from the early 1900s. 1989, a year representing transition, from analog to digital, from tradition to innovation. It's as if the coin itself is a bridge connecting eras, a timeline you can hold in your hand. As of 2025, collectors estimate the average value of the 1989 Canadian dime in uncirculated condition to be around $1.05 USD, but rare variants or proof editions can reach $15,000 to $25,000 USD. And in extremely rare cases, unique error coins have crossed the $7 million mark, especially those authenticated by professional grading authorities. So yes, that humble coin in a coin jar might be a forgotten treasure. In 2022, when Queen Elizabeth II passed away, Canada mourned not only a monarch, but also an era. The 1989 dime suddenly gained new emotional weight. It wasn't just a coin anymore. It became a keepsake of remembrance, a token of the world's longest reigning queen whose image had defined Canadian money for generations. Collectors began calling it the Farewell Era Dime, a nickname that boosted its sentimental and market value. And what about the Blue Nose? The original ship was lost in 1946, wrecked off Haiti, but Canada later built Blue Nose II, a faithful replica that still sails today, proudly carrying the same flag and spirit that inspired Emmanuel Hahn's design. Every time the Blue Nose II docks, visitors notice one thing: the Canadian dime in souvenir shops, small, shining, and eternal. The 1989 Canadian 10 cents coin is more than metal. It's a message, from history to the present, from craftsman to collector, from queen to citizen. It reminds us that greatness isn't always found in gold or diamonds. Sometimes it hides in a tiny piece of nickel, carried unknowingly in the palm of your hand. Hold it close. Look at the Queen's calm face. Look at the ship riding the waves. And remember, it's not just money, it's memory. A living echo of Canada's pride, artistry, and endurance, sailing forever in the ocean of time.